Yeah. I think he's coming in. There he is. All right. All right, I'll call to order the Town of Mount Desert Planning Board meeting for March 12th, 2025. And welcome aboard. I'll kick it off with some introductions. I'm William Hanley, Planning Board Chair. We've got Tracy Loftus Keller, Daniel Burke, Gail Marshall, and Alan Kimberly. And I think since Ann Dalton is not here tonight, we probably should.
I move we appoint Daniel to be a voting member for tonight's meeting.
Second that.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Welcome aboard, Daniel.
Good to be.
Yeah.
And let's keep going here. So I don't think I need to run through the Zoom protocol because no one's on Zoom with us tonight. And I would think by now we all know how to behave on Zoom. And with that, let's get on to item 2 tonight on the agenda, approval of minutes. We had minutes from our February 26th meeting.
I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes of our February 26th meeting.
Second. Oh, sorry.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There we go. All right. Item 3 on the agenda tonight. We have a conditional use approval application. We have conditional use approval application 002-2025. Owner name is the Soamesville Landing Corp. Agent is Seth Gray. Location is off Main Street, Route 102. Tax map 21, lot 32. The zone is Shoreland Residential 2. And the purpose tonight is sections 3.4 and 6C.7 marine structures, piers, docks, wharves, bridges, and other structures and uses extending over or below the normal high water line or within a wetland. Addition of 2 16 by 5 foot finger floats. We had a site inspection at 4 o'clock, and was this one advertised?
Yes, it was.
Abutters
Abutters were
notified?
notified by a notice dated February 21st, 2025. And it was in the Ellsworth American Mount Desert Islander on Thursday, February 27th, 2025.
Okay, and before we jump into the fire here, perhaps we should ask if there's any conflict of interest on this one.
I am a member of Soamesville Landing Corp. And I also have a mooring in the harbor. And I shall be unbiased. I don't see a problem.
My husband is a longtime member of the Soamesville Land Corporation Board. I don't have a pecuniary interest and can draw attention to the conflict of interest of bias provisions. I don't think that's the full extent of it. Because if we look on 21 of the municipal, the manual, the planning board manual, it talks about bias placed on blood marital relation to applicant or other party, bias against a party, burden. And I'm just saying this is an excess of caution. I don't, if anybody objects, I won't serve, but I don't personally care if this gets from my own needs, if this gets approved. So I don't feel as though I personally have a problem, but I want to just disclose that.
I'll disclose too that we have had a mooring in Soamesville Harbor for 15 plus years. I don't think I have any pecuniary issue there with that. Anybody wants to discuss that?
Yeah.
Feel free.
Pecuniary typically is like monetary.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, a monetary.
Yep.
Interest in this, so.
No, I had to look it up.
Well, I think it's a
So
little
we're all-
broader than that, but it doesn't, I don't think it matters in this case, but I don't think it would be, like, for example, if I had the property next door to it. And I had concerns about increased traffic going because of the floats. and I were on this planning board, it probably wasn't gonna affect my property value, so it might not be reasonable for me to sit on this, but that's not an issue, but I just
Mhm.
wanted to point out that I think it's a little broader than just pecuniary interests.
Mhm.
At least in terms of the appearance of impropriety, but I think we're all set,
Yep,
just wanted to disclose that.
everybody's feeling okay that we review this as is with the full board,
Yeah, you gotta vote on that,
all right? The whole board votes,
yeah, on each one,
all right? So. So if
each of
we're,
you that have spoken up,
Right,
yeah, so first we four vote on Alan.
yeah,
Okay,
I move we allow Alan to proceed as a member of the board for this matter.
second thought.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And then we three and Alan,
I move that we have Gail on this.
I'll second.
all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And then
I move that,
you four,
I move that we allow Bill Hanley to serve not only as board member, but chair for the purposes of this.
Second that.
all those in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
All right,
Opposed, nay.
there you go. You've got a full board. So, all right, so we got through that. It's been advertised. Have been notified. We had a site visit at 4 o'clock and perhaps Daniel would like to report on his observations.
Sure. We were all there. We met there at the site, briefly. We observed the pier. Seth went through, the plan, which is, to add 2 additional floats on that left side or the northern side. So it would be a total of 5. And then the one on the southern side would remain just 1 float off of the main, the larger. They're all floats, 5 fingers and then 1 finger, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and the purpose would be to allow additional dinghy permits for access to the moorings.
What do you want to add to Daniel's observations?
No, I won't mention my dog.
Well said.
Yeah, that was good.
Was a gorgeous afternoon there.
Yes,
Yeah, that was convenient.
Mhm.
we've done rain, we've done snow, we've done.
We've done all of that. All right,
I did
well,
lock up the gate.
Oh, okay, I was gonna do it way back through later.
all right, well, I'll turn it over to the applicant then, if he's got anything to add to the
Yeah,
observations and
um,
project scope.
yeah, this is my first time doing this, so I don't have a ton to add, that's not in here, but I
Mhm.
don't know if I should go over what's in here.
You don't need to because we're going to in a minute.
But yeah, I don't.
All right. So I'll then open it up for public comment. So I am not seeing anybody in the audience or joining us online on Zoom. So I'm gonna close public comment. Public comment is closed. And first couple of things, we need to decide if the application is complete.
I move the application is complete.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any suggestions which?
I'm
form
going
we
to
should
use the
use?
short form.
Second that.
All right. All those in favor for using the short form?
Aye.
Aye. There you go. So we're gonna use the short form to review this, and do we have a short form in there? And then we do our little circuitous thing of, do we have perhaps a motion to
I-
approve the application?
I move we approve the application.
Second.
Okay, and then we press the pause button on that. And now we review and discuss the application. We'll circle back to that later.
Let's see.
Yeah.
There's one in there. Let's see.
I'm sure.
I amend my observation quickly.
Yeah.
I think I got it wrong, based on the sketch that we have. There are 5 existing floats existing,
That's it.
Oh,
and you're adding 2.
No,
No,
no, that is the,
Yeah.
that's showing what we would like to end up with. Yeah.
oh, very good. Well,
Yeah, you were right.
I mean, stand down.
All right, so I have the short form before me. I have application, my land use ordinance. Yep, I think I'm well armed, so let's do this. So, all right, so we are going through first, section 6, standards for uses, permits and approvals. This is section 6A, general performance standards, and we are looking at 6A1 compatibility. And under compatibility, the applicant talks about a couple things. They talked about the physical size, that there's 2 finger floats, each are 5 feet wide and 16 feet long. The visual impact, the applicant talks about overall the floats will have minimal visual impact. They're located along the shoreline that includes numerous moored vessels and the existing dock system. Proximity to other structures. You know, it's other than the existing dock structure, there are no other nearby structures. And density of development. Currently, there are 5 floats in a similar layout. And they've got an attached diagram. So 6A1 compatibility is C application. 6A2 erosion and sedimentation control. These are out in the water, so NA. 6A3 highway safety. Applicant says NA. Impact on town services. Applicant says NA. Land suitability, section 6A5, NA. 6A6, lighting outdoor. NA, there is no lighting proposed. 6A7, stormwater. NA, out in the water. 6A8, vegetation. Same again. NA. And 6A9, dust fumes, vapors, odors, and gases. NA. So the findings of fact are presented by the applicant in the attached application. And the conclusion of law is that the proposed use is in compliance with all standards of section 6A for which the standard has been met.
I move the applicant has met the provisions of section 6A.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All right, section 6B. I would wager most of this is NA. Not all of it. So section 6B is specific performance standards for activities and land uses, agriculture, NA, excavation or filling, NA, 6B8, fences and walls, NA, 6B16, sign regulations, NA, 6B18, wireless communication facilities. We're not proposing a cell tower, so NA. 6B19, animal husbandry 2, NA. 6B20, mobile food vendors, NA. 6B21, rooming house, NA. 6B22, hotels and motels, NA. So the findings of fact are that the proposed use will include none of the specific activities or land uses described in section 6B, and that the conclusion of law is section 6B is not applicable.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. However, some of these might apply. Section 6C, shoreline zoning standards. So here we have section 61, agriculture and animal husbandry, NA. 6C2, archaeological sites. Let's say about that. Sometimes we
Letter. Someone.
is a letter saying it's not, yeah. So C application. 65, essential services, NA. 66, parking areas. NA. And then the reason we're here is section 6C7, marine and freshwater structure standards. So we have a little chart here, and so looking at the chart, the maximum length of the entire marine structure, the dimensional requirement is 225 feet, and they're at 198 feet. The maximum length of all permanent structures is 150 feet, and they're at 128 feet. Maximum length of all non-permanent structures, such as the ramp and float, is 75 feet. 75 feet, and they're at 70. Maximum width of the pure walkway is 6 feet, they're at 6 feet. Maximum width of ramp is 6 feet, and they're at 3 feet.
And the other ones I left blank because I think after talking with Christine, it was not applicable because it's a
Communal, I mean, commercial, so that sections are not applicable.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, so they say applicable standard met. So C application, roads and driveways, 69, NA. 6C11, water quality. And they say applicable standard met, so C application. So the findings of fact are that the proposed use will include none of the specific activities or land uses described in section 6C, except for 6C2, 6C7, 6C11. And the conclusion law of section 6C is not applicable except for 6C2, 6C7, and 6C11, for which the standard has been met.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, then because we are in the shoreline zone, we get to do section 5.9. Here we go. So 591 will maintain safe and healthful conditions. See application. 592 will not result in water pollution, erosion, or sedimentation to surface waters. NA. 593 would adequately provide for the disposal of all wastewater. NA. 594 will not have an adverse impact on spawning grounds, fish, aquatic life, bird, or other wildlife habitat. See application. 595 will conserve shore cover and visual as well as actual points of access to inland and coastal waters. See application. 597 will not adversely affect existing commercial fishing or maritime activities in a shoreline commercial district. NA, they're not in the shoreline commercial district. 598 will avoid problems with the floodplain development and use. It's a C application. 599 is in conformance with provisions of sections 6A, B, and C. Standard met. So the findings of fact are C above. And the conclusion of law is that all requirements for section 5.9 have been met.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then. Are there any permit conditions on this? No, believe.
You've already got the Army Corps of Engineers.
Yeah, so I
and-
got a Army Corps of Engineers permit. Which is in there, and then I also got a amended submerged land easement from the state, showing that we want to have these floats.
Right. So no,
Is that a new copy you got? Or is that part of the packet?
That's part of that.
right, so no permit conditions. All right, well, circling back to our 8-track player, let's press play.
You try.
8-track, you guys remember those?
In your Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right, so let's press play on the approval vote. All those in favor of approving the application? Aye. Opposed? Congratulations.
Voila.
Mhm.
You did a lot of work on this, I hear.
It took a while.
Yeah.
It's hard when you don't know what you're trying to do.
Welcome to the.
Get a lot of runaround. I can thank Ms. Keith for holding my hand the entire time.
You're welcome. So now you got approval, you just come to me and get a building permit, what's the floats of it?
So,
And then based on 10 cents a square foot.
okay. When would I do that?
Just, yeah, you can fill out a land use and building permit application,
Okay.
which is on the town website under the code enforcement.
Okay.
Just fill it all out, and I have all this, so really just a matter of filling that out.
Right.
And then just submit it for, like I said, 10 cents
Right.
for each of the.
Right,
floats.
it's,
Insane.
yeah,
Really good.
we're gonna put the original into the yellow folder.
Yes, please do.
Mhm. All right, item 4 on the agenda tonight, other. Other,
Our comprehensive plan, everybody online. Take the
Yeah.
survey, please.
Hmm,
I got one, I don't know what I did with it, I'll take another one and fill it out. Because it is important.
it is.
You can do it online too.
That's too hard.
Mhm. All right. Other,
That's the
other,
only other.
I've had a thought, I've said it before, and I'd like to try to revisit it. If sunlight allows, I think it would be nice if we would have a site visit right before our meeting. So we could coincide it and go from 1 straight to our 6 o'clock meeting
hmm,
instead of having that in between time.
you don't
When
eat
we go to
dinner?
somewhere like Northeast
Yeah,
or Seal Harbor, it's too far to go back home and then come back. I don't mind sitting and reading somewhere.
You need to do it in your Porsche.
yeah,
Then you
Alan,
could do it.
you need the fast car.
Or you could just drive around like this for a while.
No, I agree with you, the best we
Yeah.
can do.
I understand in the winter, we need to have sunlight, you know.
Oh, definitely, we've got to have the site visits way earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a challenge and we've batted that around for years and,
Do we know who's scheduling them now?
I
Is that
am,
this- You are.
mhm,
Oh, Kim.
but I always have.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was Jen who was doing it. No, okay.
mhm.
Yeah, as someone who's coming down from Ellsworth. It would be,
If we could do that,
I would
that would be
appreciate, you
tight
know,
enough.
not having that gap.
Like so we,
I can make it work.
okay, duly noted. It's more sunlight definitely helps.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
I move to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor?
I
Aye. Opposed?